Hi everyone, this is Shalini Joshi Amdagni from magicalpainfreeliving.com, coming to you live from my home in Bangkok, Thailand. I was trying to come live from my page and something's not working, so for those of you who were trying to join me there, I apologize. Something with technology, I don't know what was going on, but here I am. And today's topic is Bangkok traffic lights and uncovering limiting beliefs. So if you are here right now live, please come and join and say hello and let me know you're here and where you are hanging out from. And if you are, watching the replay, please say hello anyway, and let me know where you were watching from, and where you are right now as you're watching this. I'm just gonna. Okay. Hi, David. David Tay just joined. Thank you. I finally know it's working. It's confusing with technology these days, and I'm new to Facebook Live. So, hi, David. Thank you for joining. So today's topic is Bangkok traffic lights and uncovering limiting beliefs. And I'm just going to jump in and share this story with you. So it's a personal story. Hi Bonnie, hi Anju, so glad you're joining here. And so I'm doing these weekly shows. I'm sharing stories, client stories, personal stories, with the intention of creating awareness, sharing tips and tools to help you move past pain, whatever the pain may be, whatever the stuck situation may be, to a place of more peace and more clarity. And today's topic is Bangkok traffic lights and uncovering limiting beliefs. So each week I'm telling you the different stories, and that's today's story. So let me to begin the story, Bangkok traffic lights and uncovering limiting beliefs, I'm going to take you back. Let's see, it's 2017. I'm going to take you back to 2008. 2008. It was, it had just been about a year that I had discovered emotional freedom techniques. It had just been a year that I was free from my physical disease and my chronic pain that had kept me on bed rest for a long time. And I was so eager and I was so excited about this technique that I'd used by myself, on myself, and healed myself completely when doctors couldn't help me and nothing had worked for me. So I was really excited and I was really eager. And one of the people that lived in my building, she was a doctor, right? And she had actually been helping me with my physical aches and pains. And I knew that she had leg pain, and I had asked her if she wanted to try this technique because she was really intrigued. She's a doctor and she was giving me tips on what to do, and suddenly I was free of my pain. So she said, sure, I want to give it a try. And after a few sessions, I wasn't even doing it professionally back then, she was completely free from her leg pain of 5 years. And so she started talking about it to people and referring me to people she knew, and word was just getting out there. And so things were picking up. And what happened is I went and got myself certified. I did a basic EFT certification, and after that I did an advanced EFT certification. So that's where I was, and people were starting to come in, and I was starting to use this technique professionally to help people with all kinds of aches and pains and different issues that they were feeling stuck in. and I was really eager and excited to share with a lot of people. But you know, I found that even after a year of working, things were moving slowly, and things weren't as as they weren't flowing as the way I would have liked it to, right? We always wanted to go faster, and it was like slow and steady, and things were picking up. And so that's where I was, and I was a bit frustrated, and I was in this place of, gosh, how do I reach the people that I want to share this with? How do I tell people about this? How can I reach the people who are in aches and pains, and you know, share this with them? So I was a bit frustrated, and I just had to keep waiting, you know, if someone referred someone to me, and then that person would give me a call. So it was a bit frustrating. I'm talking about 2008. It had been just 1 year of doing this work. And so that's where I was. That's the background. That's where I was. And then one day, you know, it's a regular day, and I think it's mid 2008 or something. And it's a regular day. I'm driving my kids to the school. I dropped them, and I was to pick up a friend, and we were going to go for some coffee. So I pick her up after I dropped my kids to school. Hi guys, hi Swanan, hi Simi, hi Anuradha, hi Kelvin. Thank you for joining. So you know, I'm talking about Bangkok Traffic Lights Story and uncovering limiting beliefs. So I'm driving with my friend in Bangkok, and we are heading to a coffee shop. And you know, we get chatting, and she's asking me how things going, and you know, we are talking about our kids. Our kids are in the same class, and you know, just generally chatting about things in general. And she ends up, you know, she asks me, so how is this healing practice of yours going? And at that point, you know, we were stuck at a very popular intersection here in Bangkok. It's the Asok traffic crossing. And I was smiling at her, and I said, you know, it's interesting. My work life is a little bit like this Bangkok traffic. I get more red lights. You know, it's pretty congested. It's stagnant. It's not moving. It's not flowing as much. Things are moving slowly. You know, it's just like this Bangkok traffic. And we just laughed, you know, and she said, oh, things will improve, just keep going, you know, just giving me encouraging remarks. And you know, it was green light, and we went to a coffee shop. We had our coffee, chit-chatted, and then finally I drove back home. And as I'm sitting at home, you know, I go to my room. I had assigned a healing room, right? That's where I worked. And I'm inside that room, and you know, that room had a lot of books. I was a bookie back then. I was reading tons and tons of books on chakra diagnosis, chakra balancing, lots and lots of self-help books by Eckhart Tolle, by Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, and all the rest, right? And so as I enter the room, I see all these bookshelves. And I see Wayne Dyer's book on the shelf, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And I had this big aha moment, you know. It was like, oh my God, you know, what was I just telling my friend? I had this realization when I saw those words, change your thoughts, change your life. And I said, gosh, you know, reflecting back, I said, I was just telling my friend how my work life is similar to Bangkok traffic. It's all congested, it's not flowing. It's you know, I get more red lights than green lights. And my whole story about my work life, I was comparing it to Bangkok traffic lights and Bangkok traffic congestion. And I suddenly realized that, you know, my work life was a reflection of the story that I was telling about it, right? I had the lid on my healing practice. It wasn't that something out there was preventing me from moving forward with my work life healing practice smoothly. It was me. I was telling this strange story to myself and to my friends. And so, it was a big aha, and I connected it with, just a year ago, I had been sick and in chronic pain with disease, and I had heard the words that you create your life with your thoughts, and I had discovered how I, with all the pent-up negative feelings and emotions, had created my pain and my disease. So it was pretty clear to me, right? I had just done this work and gotten free from my pain and my disease. So I said, okay, let's take a look at what's going on. So I sit myself down and I start looking at what is the story that I'm telling about my healing practice. And as I sat there, I started uncovering even more stuff that I was thinking, feeling, and believing about my healing practice. So, some of the things that I discovered as I'm sitting down and looking at, what do I think about my healing practice? What do I feel about my healing practice? What do I believe about my healing practice? What's the story that I'm telling about my healing practice? And I discovered that I was, kind of ashamed to talk about this healing thing. I was not feeling confident. In fact, I was feeling embarrassed because I thought, oh my God, this is such a weird looking technique. People won't take to it. In fact, people might make fun of it. They might laugh at what, this whole thing, and they'll think it's crazy that something so stupid and so weird looking can actually help them with anything, forget pain and aches, And even though there was a doctor who had been endorsing me, she is a friend and she had had a, first time experience with me. And so I thought she believed it, but people aren't going to take to it. They're going to think I'm crazy. So I had all these limiting beliefs about the tool that I was using, about my own feelings and my own beliefs, why no one would come. And so I realized that unless I do something about it, this is what's going to happen, because this is what I believe to be true. And what happens is, when you believe it, when you feel it, and when you think something's true, then the universe says, here's some more. Here's some more of what you're thinking and what you're feeling and what you're, the story you're telling. So you create that, and that's how your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs create your reality. So the universe doesn't say, right? It doesn't say, oh, you're such a wonderful human being and this is what you want and here's what you get. No, it tunes into what are you thinking, feeling, believing at your core, and that's what you get more of. So I knew very clearly that I had to begin to release and let go of all these things that I was feeling, and feel good and feel positive and feel excited and eager. And so I wrote down all my limiting beliefs one by one, and I started using the same tool, emotional freedom techniques, EFT or tapping, and I started tapping and tuning into all those limiting things that were on my list, and I, releasing and letting go, and I did the process. And what happened, and for those of you who are curious about how to use EFT to let go of limiting beliefs, I'll be sharing a link at the top, and so you can give it a go too. So as I release all these limiting feelings and beliefs and negative thoughts that I had about my practice, about my tool, I started feeling quite eager and excited, because what happened is, once I cleared all this negative stuff, there was clarity, and I said, you know what, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe people might take to it, because it's such an easy tool. You can sit anywhere and you can do this tapping. You don't have to stick needles, and you get results instantly. And when they see the results, then they'll be excited about it, and it's all about results, right? The proof is in the pudding. And so what if things change? What if I put it out there and I start telling people and I'm feeling good about it, and what if things start to shift for me? And so I got into this really excited place. I started feeling eager and excited because, you know, my kids were using this technique and it was so simple and they were getting results. And, you know, so I knew this worked. And so as I let go of all the feelings of shame, like this is so crazy, tapping on your, you know, acupuncture points, and, you know, it looked crazy, but it wasn't so crazy after all. And I said, you know, I'd rather be weird and pain-free than not know about this and be stuck with pain. So people are going to see the results and they're going to resonate with it, and they'll see it's so easy that you can do it anytime, anywhere, and get results, get relief. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to take any pills, you know? So I got really excited about it, and you know, that's what happened. And as I started to get more comfortable talking about it to other people, and just in my own being, I felt so good about this tool that had gotten me out of my misery and into such a happy place. I started seeing that, you know, I was connecting with interesting people who had lots of contacts, who were so interested in learning more about what I do, and they started spreading the news. And I was, you know, meeting the right people, and more people were coming in. You know, I think it was in 2009 that Bangkok Post, the national newspaper, contacted me for an interview, and more people got to know about what I was doing. And soon there were local magazines, international magazines were contacting me. And I remember there was a flow of clients coming every single day, so much so that even on Saturdays and Sundays, I had clients coming in. And so they were from this congested, stuck place of wanting to share this information and this tool with more people, and comparing myself to, you know, comparing my practice to traffic jams and traffic lights. Things were becoming green for me. You know, the lights were green, and traffic was flowing better. And you know, it's been 10 years now. I've worked with thousands of people across the globe. I've met the right people, the right mentors, and things have just taken on a whole different journey for me now. And so, you know, I want to ask you, are you feeling stuck in some area of your life? You know, just tell me yes, no, whatever, if you can comment. And no, it can be any area. It can be relationships, it can be your work, it can be your career, it can be your health, right? It can be anything. So think about an area of your life where you are feeling stuck, where you're feeling, I'm trying so hard and I'm doing so many things and I'm not getting the results. And I want you to, you know, use these 5 steps, you can call them 5 tips, 5 steps to uncovering what's going on with you. So number 1 is pick an area of your life where you're feeling stuck, where you're feeling like things aren't moving and you're not getting the results that you want. And number 2 is ask yourself, what's the story that I'm telling? What's the story that I keep telling myself, or I tell friends about this? What's the story that I keep saying, right? It's really interesting because, you know, we tell stories like they're truths, or we tell stories out of general experiences that we have, and we don't even realize that that is what is creating the blocks to what we want. So for me, you know, we were stuck at a traffic light, and I just said, hey, you know, my work life is Bangkok traffic. It's congested, it's stagnant, it's not flowing, it's more red lights. And that's what I truly believed. But I didn't consciously know that I truly believed that. So sometimes we are you know, we don't even recognize, we don't even realize that we are saying these things out loud, and it's something that we truly believe. So tune in and say, what is the story that I keep telling my kids, my friends, my colleagues, my family? What is it that I keep telling? And also dig in a little bit deeper. Number 3, right? You pick an area, see what the story you're telling yourself or others about it. And also number 3 is dig in and see, what do I believe? What do I believe about this relationship? What do I believe about my work? What do I believe about whichever area you're picking, right? And if you dig a little deeper, you'll uncover things that that you believe about this. And you might say, but Shalini, you know I believe this, but this is true. It's true, you know. And I could say the same thing to you, like, yes, it was true. It was true that, you know, there weren't enough clients coming in at the time. There wasn't, my work wasn't flowing as smoothly as it could have been. But, you know, we have it backwards, is what I've realized, is we think that we have this experience and then we hold it as true, and then we start believing it, and then we have more experience, and then we say, see, this is how it is. And then it's like a vicious cycle, and by the end we've constructed this China wall of beliefs about something, which is, you know, it's backwards. It's because you are believing it, you're seeing it. There's actually a book by Wayne Dyer, you know, you'll see it if you believe it. So if you believe something, you'll keep seeing it. That's the way it works. So tune in and ask yourself, what do I believe about this situation? Even if it's true, just check in and write down, what do I believe about this? And number 4 is, ask yourself, is this belief that I'm telling myself and telling the whole world, or the story that I'm telling myself and others, is it empowering my dreams and goals and what I want? Or is it disempowering me and what I want to achieve, and the relationship that I want, and the job that I want, or the success that I want, or the money that I want? Is this belief empowering me, supporting me, encouraging me, strengthening me, or is it discouraging me, not supporting me, you know, limiting me, right? And that's you know, that's really, really important, because if you have disempowering beliefs, you keep creating that reality over and over and over and over again. So you've got to release and let go and change the story that you're telling. You've got to re-script the story, okay? You've got to change the story you're telling. You've got to tell a different story. You've got to tell a new story. A story that is more empowering, a story that is more you know, supportive of where you want to go, right? So like for me, I said, you know, this is, you know, it's possible that people will like what the results that they get, and maybe because they like the results that they get, that they will be open to trying it, and they'll be open to sharing with you know, it. And the more comfortable I felt, and the more eager and excited I felt about my work, my tool, things you know, completely changed for me. So you want to go back, right, and re-script the story that you are telling. You want to you want to shift to a more empowering belief that supports you, that guides you, that strengthens you to move forward. Okay. Hi, I'm just going to say hi. Gunjan, hi. Juhi, hi. Arun, hi. I'm Ritika Pool, hi. I'm so glad you guys are here joining me. And so, you know, if you're liking what I'm saying, or if you're resonating with what I'm saying, or if you're having any aha moments, just you know, do write in and let me know how you're reacting to this, how you're responding to this. So this is basically, you know, give it a go. I want you to see that what if you gave this a go? What if you went back and took a look at the story you're telling about a specific area, and took a look at the belief that you've been holding on, and what if you made an effort and you go back and shift that belief and tell a different story and feel, how do you know you've shifted the belief or shifted the story? Is how you're feeling about it. If you're feeling excited and if you're feeling maybe not over the top, like you can't go sometimes from saying, oh, my work life is just not moving, to feeling like, yeah, it's all working brilliantly. You can't make that switch, such a drastic switch. But even if you shift from not believing and not feeling good to a more neutral place, like a more centered place, that's great too, because now you've moved out of the negative, right? And slowly you can begin to make it stronger and more supportive and more positive. So, give it a go and see how that changes over time. Not immediately, but if you shift it over time, you'll see that you've begun to create a different story, and the new story that you are telling is now creating a different reality. Your reality will change according to the story you're telling, period. Your reality will change according to what you're feeling, what you're believing, what you're thinking about what you want, okay? There's really between you, what you want, and what is possible. It's just you, your thoughts, your beliefs, and what you're saying is keeping you stuck. And that's the only block there is, right? So I hope you are resonating with this. I hope you will give it a try. And if you do, I'd love your feedback. Please come and comment below, and and see if you had any aha moments. And if you liked it, if you resonated with what I just shared with you, please like it and please share it with your loved ones, your colleagues, your friends who might benefit from this. And I look forward to having you join me as I'm sharing weekly stories to create awareness, to help you move from a more from a stuck place to a more a place of peace and clarity and movement forward. So thank you for joining me. I'm gonna just see, hi Hariraj, hi Renu, hi Gaurav. I can only see a few comments at a time. It doesn't show the whole screen. So thank you so much for joining me, and please share this with the people who you think might benefit from this sharing. Hi Shamla. If you've just joined, you'll have to go back and listen to the recording again. Hi Govind, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week on Facebook Live, and it's the same time, same day. And yeah, please feel free to share this if you find this helpful. And thank you for joining me. Hi, I'm Ritika. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And also, if you have a topic or if you have an issue that you're struggling with, or you would like, or you're interested in, and you would like me to talk about it, if it's relevant to me, please comment and let me know so that I can, include it and share about it. So thank you once again. I'll see you next week. Thank you guys. Bye for now. Thank you.